in. Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the League Fantasy Football Podcast.
What's up, the League? We are back. We were on a little sabbatical / hiatus.
What's up?
Yeah, we were on a little sabbatical. I thought we could open up this episode by making up like a crazy story of where we went.
Okay.
We've been on bye for 4 weeks now?
Has it been 4 weeks?
Dude, it's been a long time. But I think the first week we missed, we were actually on like a podcast bye. And then the second week is when we went golfing and all that crap. And then third week was Thanksgiving. And then last week we sort of just...
Last week was kind of my fault because we were going to do it... When we were going to do it?
Like Saturday?
No, we were going to do it Saturday, but I did a surprise thing for Nikki for Georgia, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's what happened on that one.
We were going to push it to Sunday, but we didn't. You could, or something happened. Anyways, yes, we've been on a 4-week bye. The people have spoke.
They miss us. I know y'all miss us.
Of course well, it's really just Kevin, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's Kevin and Biko. They're the only two people listening to the podcast.
Dude, Biko's fiending for this playoff episode.
We do this for them.
Yeah.
We do this for them.
But literally, this is like one of my
Shout
favorite...
out real quick. Shout out Doc Holliday.
Hell
Save me in. Anyway.
I'll get my shout out of the way too. Got the Lattimore jersey right here behind me. I love you, sweetheart. I keep her close. I don't know how long she's gonna be with me because this season's not looking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, this is one of my favorite episodes all year. Is when we get to like the last week in the regular season or 2 weeks left, and we can go over all the different scenarios. We were gonna give y'all some scenarios last week, but these will be more accurate now that there's only
Which I
one game
like.
left. Yeah.
So it's kind of working out, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go through the standings as they lay right now. And then Kyle's going to pretty much talk about different playoff scenarios. He knows more about it than I do. So because he is the true commissioner. Just kidding. But he's going to go through and break it down. And I think what we should do, the people who asked about the podcast should get first dibs in their scenarios, like Biko and Kevin.
Yeah.
I think, didn't Taylor ask about it too?
Yeah, so what we'll do is Biko.
First go,
we'll
sure.
get Biko first option.
Yeah.
We're not gonna mess around with like Kevin and Brandon and then the bottom teams who don't even have a chance.
Yeah, so we're not worried about Now let's do the standings first and then I have a question.
Okay. So we'll jump into the standings, sort of where we left off as a podcast, and I'm glad to be back. We'll be back with y'all throughout the playoffs, hopefully.
We will.
And I'm thinking if the championship comes down to like a Monday night game, like one team has a player and is down by like 15 or something like that, we could do like a live podcast, live stream of the game.
That's happening.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's 100% happening. Great fucking idea, Kyle.
All right. So here's the standings. We got Brandon. Since we left, he was second when we left off.
Oh, I fell to 8. Shit. Sorry. Go ahead.
So Brandon was either second or third when we last spoke to y'all. He's now first. He had a win. He had a win over Kevin, so that propelled him, gave him a win. Kevin a loss, so he's top dog right now.
Motherfucker.
Kevin still strong season, sitting at number 2, 9-4. Don beat me last week to go to 8-5 and clinch a playoff spot.
That nigga.
Taylor, he's been on a little bit of a winning streak, I feel like, and he...
Yeah, because Don played me, Taylor played me, Brandon played me. The last 3 weeks, I played those 3 people, and my team... Fuck, I just want to say this now, get out of the way, so I don't have to talk about it again. I just want everyone to know, not that you guys care, but to our audience of 3, I literally had Thielen get hurt, Edmonds IR, Keenan Allen get hurt. So, and then the Saints game against Dallas, it just, my team is imploded from an injury standpoint than it ever has. Like, I was doing well and then everyone just got hurt in 3 weeks. So that's why they're moving up the leaderboard.
Yeah, and I can relate it to that as well. It seems like the injury bug, the COVID bug, has hit the podcast because we're both going through it right now.
Yeah, dude. And what's tough is
it's the worst possible time for this to happen.
I will say this though, not that I would have won anyway. I did forget 2 weeks in a row because I've just been really busy that I forgot to play because we do it every day now as opposed to every Wednesday. I forget to check. So, like, dude, I gotta start.
No, hell no. No excuses for that.
What?
You know they play the games on Thursday at 8 o'clock, so you could have checked at like 7:50.
No, it's my fault, 100%.
Okay.
I take full blame for that. So I'm saying my players got hurt, but I didn't help my case at all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good point.
You see what I'm saying? I'm taking responsibility, man.
All right. So moving on. We got Taylor, myself, and Thomas at 7 and 6.
Okay.
We'll go over Taylor's scenario later, but he's pretty much locked in. And then 3, 6, and 7 teams: Biko, yourself, and McAnus.
So are we on the bubble? Me, Taylor, me, Biko. Well, we'll go into it. Okay. Sorry.
All right, and then the 10 through 12 teams: Party Like a Gronk Star, Orangutan Titties, and the losers. They are eliminated from playoff contention.
Okay, so they're going to be in the losers bracket.
Yes, they will be in the losers bracket, and right now they're tied. And I think what we're going to do, I'll go ahead and make this announcement for Taylor, the commissioner, and Kevin Roberts, the former commissioner, that the 2 worst teams will get a bye into the next round of the losers bracket. Make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. You want to look at points for, or don't even want to look at it?
I mean, yeah.
All right, so Brandon 16-21 has a commanding lead in points for.
Wow, it's kind of like is that the same exact thing as the standings? I mean, I'm 8. No, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Anyways, the least points for, we got McAnus, Charlie, Micah, Thomas. Points against, I really wanted to hit this one because Taylor brought it to my attention. Yeah. By over 40 points, 39 points, whatever it is.
It's about damn time, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess dominating the league, the fantasy gods had to throw some parity in there somewhere.
Don't fucking bitch about it, okay? Like, it just happens to everybody.
Yeah, and then McAnus, he's pretty high. Biko's pretty high. Joey's pretty high. And then the least points for, or points against, Brandon, 1278. That's got to be record setting.
Yeah. Actually, let's look that up. Keep talking. I'm going to look that up. What's the lowest points against for a fantasy?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to find anything. Sometimes people don't even set their lineup, so that could be something. We might have to throw that to the league historian. So, Kevin, if you're listening, look that up, comment, or let us know. Because that's pretty low, 1278.
Yeah, this one says 773. Good God, from 2015.
Jesus.
Anyways, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think we need to look at anything else here.
No.
So we can jump straight into the playoff scenarios.
I'm coming in.
All right, so playoff odds. Right now we got Devontae's Inferno 100, Kevin 100, Don 100, Taylor 100, even though it probably shouldn't be 100. It's like 99.99999.
Damn, they got my fucking bitch ass at 11%. What the fuck?
So they got me at 99.67. I feel like that's too high. I'll explain later. They got Thomas at 57, Biko at 31, yourself at 11.
Dude, what the? Is this the last week to get into the playoffs?
Yeah, this is the final week of the regular season. And then they got McAnus at 0, but that's more like 0.000111 or something.
Okay.
All right, so playoff machine. We can do worst case scenario for each team, best case scenario for each team.
I don't know if we need to go into that. I think we need to go into the people on the bubble.
All right,
So the people who aren't locked in,
right.
you need to go over those scenarios.
All right, so let's do Taylor first. His will be easy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the worst case scenario for Taylor.
Okay.
All right, we'll just do Don wins, Biko wins. This game doesn't really matter. In Taylor's case, trying to do worst case scenario. Okay, you beat Taylor. Ryan McAnus beats Brandon. Kevin beats Charlie. I beat Thomas, or Thomas beats me. It doesn't matter. Actually, Thomas would beat me in the worst case for Taylor. And then Biko wins and Don wins. So in the worst case scenario, they still have Taylor in the playoffs. Y'all might not be able to see that because it's too small, but I'll go over it.
Okay, it says that he'll still... Okay.
Yeah, so in this scenario, Taylor, myself, Biko, you, and Ryan McAnus would all be 7-7, right?
Right.
But he would win the tiebreaker over McAnus by 217. He'd win the tiebreaker over Biko by 102. He'd win the tiebreaker over you by 104, and the tiebreaker over me by 80.
Okay, so I think we should just do worst case scenario for each team because there's no reason to do... You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So basically, Taylor's team would have to score 0, and the other...
Won't you drop them players, Nuggle?
And the other team would have to score like 200 points.
Okay.
So Taylor's locked into the playoffs. That's why I believe it's 100%, but it's almost like 99.9%. All right, so hopefully I can reset this. Yeah. All right, so who do you want to do next? You want to do Biko next since he asked?
Who's on the bubble?
Biko.
Okay, do Biko.
So we'll do worst case scenario for Biko. Don wins. Biko loses. Yeah, Thomas beats me. All right, so this is the worst case scenario for Biko. He would be the only team left at 6-8. There'd be 4 teams at 7-7.
What puts him in the playoffs?
Okay, so that's worst case. He would lose and wouldn't even qualify.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So, I mean, Biko has to win. Right?
Yeah.
So, let's give Biko the win.
I would have to... I guess I don't really matter here, right? Or I would have to lose.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it does either.
I mean, it sort of matters, but I'll explain.
But
so here's like the worst case scenario where Biko would miss out on the playoffs.
Okay.
So this scenario, we got 5 teams at 7-7. Biko now would finish in 7th spot, missing the playoffs by 1 spot. He would lose the tiebreaker to Taylor. We've already went over that. And then he'd lose the tiebreaker to me by 22 points. And that's if Thomas beats me.
Okay, but what gets Biko in the playoffs?
So in the playoffs, this scenario could play out, and he would just have to score 23 more points than me this week. And then he'd be in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the worst, Jesus, I am so fucking tired. The worst case scenario
is he misses the playoffs by losing.
But he has to win by 23 points.
Yeah, so no.
Okay, so
no. All right, so Biko needs to win. So if he wins, then that puts the next thing in motion. The next thing in motion is if I lose, he needs to outscore my team by 23.
Okay.
And then he would still need to outscore your team by 3.
Okay.
And
Is there a situation where Biko loses and can still get in?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm grabbing.
Hold on, let me check.
Because I deserve my beer tonight.
No, if Biko loses, he's out.
Okay.
And I think I said that. I think I said that wrong. He has to. You can't beat him by more than 3.
Okay.
Outscore him by more than 3. And then draft Jedi. He's when we looked at the points for, he's pretty far back. So yeah.
Quick trivia question.
All right.
We'll see who listens to the podcast. If anyone can tell me besides Biko where this comes from, okay. What movie that's from? Besides Biko, then you are a movie person.
All right.
Okay.
So Biko needs to win, and then he needs to outscore the next highest team by whatever that team's at. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Let's go over the top seed scenarios. That one's going to be a little bit easier because there's only 2 teams involved. So if Don wins, Biko wins. This doesn't matter. Kevin wins, and Brandon loses. So in this case, they would both be 10-4. Brandon right now has a points for lead of 24, so Kevin would need to outscore Brandon's team by 25 in this scenario.
Got it.
And Brandon holds the head-to-head tiebreaker, so it would have to be 25, not 24.
So is Biko the only one that's on the bubble of really getting in outside of Taylor?
No.
Who else is on the bubble? Thomas?
Dude, all these 7-6 and 6 and 7 teams are on the bubble.
You can eliminate me from that.
I mean, no, there's still a path.
No, there's not. I have an 11% chance. You can just kiss that goodbye.
All right, so let's go over your path then. We went over Biko's.
Ooh, I hear Ava.
Oh, Lauren's up there with her.
Oh.
Let's go over yours.
Pat Mahomes, take me home to a place I belong.
Right.
So I have to win, which is not going to happen.
You have to win. I mean, yeah, if you're
It's not going to happen.
If you're a 6 and 7 team, you have to win.
Okay, well then let's just not even go over this because it's not going to happen.
No, but let's say if you win,
unless Guyton and fucking Robbie Anderson like go the fuck off, which they won't. There's no way. But continue.
But you could catch a long touchdown. You don't know. All right, so in this scenario, you'd be 7 and 7. And Thomas would be 7 and 7. As you can see in the green, you're ahead of Thomas right now.
Right.
You have the points for advantage on Thomas by 47.
Little bitch.
So you need to win. You need Thomas to lose. You need Biko to lose. Yeah. You need to win. Thomas and Biko need to lose.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, because you have 47 points over Thomas, which unless his team really pops off, that's probably going to hold. Now, if Thomas beats me, that moves you out, but just in theory, because right now I'll hold a 24 points for advantage over you, so you would need to outscore me by 25, and then you would jump up to that playoff spot.
Got it.
And in your scenario of Biko wins, you would need to again outscore me by 25, and then you would need to outscore Biko by 3.
This is all based off of I win.
Yeah, you have to win.
Okay. Okay, well, let's just move on. That's not gonna happen.
All right.
Let's do Thomas.
All right, let's do Thomas. So Thomas does not have to win. He's in a 7-6 record. Obviously, mine and Thomas's game, the winner goes to the playoffs.
Between you two?
Yeah, the winner goes to the playoffs automatically, just like mine and Don's game last week.
Okay.
So the winner goes automatically. So best case scenario for Thomas, he wins. Boom, he's in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, worst case, he catches that L by the squad. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Biko wins. Draft Jedi wins, and
I win.
Yeah, you win. So this is Thomas's worst case scenario. Again, we have the 5 teams at 7-7. This is probably really repetitive, but I just like starting fresh with the new team.
No, it's not repetitive. This is crucial.
Yeah. So Thomas's scenario in this, he lost the points for to Taylor by 151 points. So he's not. Yeah! So he's not overcoming that. He lost the points for to Biko by 49. Lost the points for to you by 47. And he beat Draft Jedi by 66. So in this scenario, he would either have to outscore Taylor by 152, outscore Biko by 50, or outscore you by 48.
Okay.
So now if Taylor beats you, that increases his chance because then he only has to outscore Biko by 50. So if Biko loses, he's in the playoffs.
Okay. So Thomas needs me and Biko to lose, but if Biko wins, then he's got to beat his score by X amount of points.
Yeah. Okay. So if either of y'all win, he has to beat y'all by the amount of points for that he's down.
Good.
So with the loss, Thomas and myself aren't eliminated with the loss. Same with Taylor, but now the other point I want to make is if you lose, there's probably a reason why you lost because your team stunk it up. So you're probably not scoring as many points for then.
Exactly.
Who do you want to do next?
Well, the only one else that matters is Fuckface there.
Yeah, so he would need to win. If he loses, he's out.
Okay.
And he would need the most to happen, I feel like. So that's what McAnus needs. He needs all these scenarios to probably happen, and then he would need to outscore Thomas by 67.
Okay.
So I don't feel like that's going to happen, but we'll see.
Okay. So that's the scenarios.
Yeah, and we looked at this last year. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
But we have like weekly records versus all the teams, schedule comparison.
Let's do the schedule comparisons because I feel like that was very interesting.
Okay, so who do you want to start with? You want to break this down a little bit?
I don't know how to break this down, Kyle.
All right, so I'm thinking that if you had my schedule, you would be...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember what we did last year?
Yeah. So if I had Brandon or Kevin's schedule, I would be, or Thomas, I'd be, or Joey, I'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah, so if you had Biko's schedule, you would need to win to make the playoffs or have a lot of points for. Same with Thomas's. If you had Brandon's schedule, you would be in the playoffs.
A lot of people's would.
You'd be
so
probably second seed if you had Brandon's schedule.
So it seems like that Kevin and Brandon have kind of gotten off easy this year.
Let's see.
Country homes. Jesus, if I had Don. Cramp. Motherfucker. I mean, do you want to go through it?
I don't know. It's confusing, but
it's a lot. It's not confusing.
The gray is what everybody's schedule is.
Right. So it's simple, Kyle. Your schedule is 6-6-1. You tied?
Yeah, they count a tiebreaker, but me and Joey.
But you won. So if you had my schedule, you'd be 6-7. If you had Biko's schedule, you'd be 6-7. So for you, there's only 2 people where you have a winning record, and that's Don and Kevin. Me, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 scenarios, 4 out of the 12. That if I had their schedule, I'd be in the playoffs. Biko, none. Joey, 1, 2. He has 2 scenarios. If he had other people's schedules, he'd be in the playoffs. Taylor, 1, 2, 3. He's got 3. Don's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So ties with me for the most. Fuck Kevin. Doesn't matter. Thomas, 1, 2. McAnus, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ties with me and Don. Charlie, 2. 3.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, 3. So, and then Micah, he's at 2. And then Brandon, whatever. So me, Don, and McAnus got hosed this year. Yes.
Then we'll go to weekly records versus all teams. Kevin.
Aspen, what the fuck are you doing? Huh? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Kevin, 95-48 versus all teams if he was to play everybody.
Jesus.
Brandon, 87-54.
What does that mean? Like this year?
So this is like if you played everybody all year, what your record would be.
Oh, okay. Jesus, I'm sick. Fuck.
Yeah, so I mean, look at Joey. If he would have played everybody this year, he'd be 76 and 66. He'd be 4th overall.
Get that 666 in his number, though. That ain't good, homie. Better fucking do the little, Holy Spirit tap water, some shit.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Hang
on, I gotta take a pee.
All right. I'll just go over the power rankings. So this is the power rankings based on this website. They got Brandon 53-61. They got Kevin next, Taylor 3rd, Don 4th, I'm 5th, Biko 6th. They got Malcum 7th. Dude, this is just like, okay, he shut the door this time. He learned from the first ever episode of the video podcast to shut the door. The last place teams, we got Charlie, Micah, Thomas. I don't know why they don't like Thomas. 7 and 6. I don't know. We'll go back to the playoff odds. So the first 4 pretty much locked in, and then the next 4 are all on the bubble to get 2 playoff spots. So we will definitely see how that pans out this week during the games. Yeah, right?
Okay.
But you need to ice it up.
Bruh, I have never felt... Anyway. What was that? What was that page?
Playoff odds. I was going over the power rankings while you were peeing.
Well, let me see. Oh, okay.
It's not too different than
the actual standings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference here is Joey's jumped ahead of a couple teams.
Yeah.
Looking at the scoreboard currently, Thomas is projected to beat me 111-103. Chase Claypool, that was the greatest, dumbest game I've ever seen in my life.
What? So what happened with that? I didn't watch the game. Can we break that down for a second?
All right, so playing Claypool with a chance to go to the playoffs if he does really good, and the rest of my team does really good. So first quarter, he catches like a 6-yard pass on the sidelines, and he basically shoves his finger into the other guy's helmet. the defensive back. So
Okay.
he shoves his finger in the helmet, boom, 15-yard penalty. Tomlin pulls him over, like cusses him out or something, and benches him for the next drive or two.
Okay.
So he comes back in the game. They throw almost like a short little pass. It might have been a screen to him. He reaches out to get the first down. On second down, he reaches out to get the first down, fumbles, but they went to the booth, reviewed it, and his knee was down. It didn't look like it was, but they said it was down.
Okay.
God, I'm trying to think what else.
Didn't he blame his player recently or something?
Yeah, so the Steelers had a comeback. They were down 7 or 8.
Did they win?
No.
Okay.
They were down 7 or 8 points with like a minute left. They were driving down the field, but they didn't have any timeouts, so the clock was ticking. They threw like a little in route to Claypool. He catches it.
And he celebrated the first down.
He starts celebrating the first down, like pointing his finger, doing all the stuff, and then his offensive lineman comes over to try to grab the ball to put it on the hash mark so they can run the next play, and the ball goes like tumbling like 20 yards down the field.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then in the press conference, he didn't really take the blame, sort of took the blame, but sort of threw his teammate under the bus or whoever knocked the ball out from him under the bus. So even if I do make the playoffs, I'm not trusting Mike Tomlin to play Claypool next week. Like, I can't do it.
No.
So that's that game. Then we have Joey versus Don. This game's sort of insequential. Maybe playoff seeding for Don.
Yeah.
If he wins, he'd be above Taylor. Osborne already got Joey 17, but still a long way to go for Joey to catch up in projection. Currently, Biko is projected to beat Micah 108 to 82.
What the hell?
And if you look at Micah's team, he has Elijah Moore with 0. He's forced to start Tyler Boyd, forced to start Higbee, forced to start Jefferson. Patriots defense is on a bye. Why hasn't he picked up a defense yet?
Well.
On Biko's side, his lineup's looking pretty saucy with Brady, Kamara, Fournette, McLaurin, Lamb.
I mean,
Cook,
that's fucking
Lockett.
solid, dude.
Yeah.
That's a solid.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh kicker gave him 1. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I know the playoff thing had me at 90-something%, but I feel like Biko has the upper hand right now.
Well, one of the Shepherd boys needs to fucking make the playoffs in recent years.
Yeah, because he needs to outscore me by like 22 points. But if you look at my team, I'm being forced to start Jeff Wilson, forced to start Hooper, forced to start Julio. I've got Hawkinson, who's out. Darrell Henderson's out. Elijah Mitch is out. Damian Harris is on a bye, but he would be out if he was playing. And DeAndre Swift is out. So my team's looking like the hospital squad that Don's was earlier this year.
Yeah, Don just passed that shit over to me and you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kevin and Charlie's game.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Skip that.
Brandon and Ryan McGannis' game. Dalvin Cook gave him 34. That's a good start for his...
That's a great fucking start.
For his unlikely path to the playoffs and him needing to put up a bunch of points, that's a good start.
That's how you start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Projected to be Joey right now.
Damn. Of course, Taylor has Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and then we got Taylor versus you.
Look at I'm projected.
Yeah, you're projected 80. We had Thursday.
Go to my fucking bench. We
will. So, kudos to Taylor playing Greg Joseph. Minnesota's kicker gave him 12. If you get 12 from a kicker, I feel like you're pretty.
God damn!
I feel like you're pretty happy with that.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson gave him 20. You started Thielen.
Well, that's my fault.
Taylor has Michael Carter out and Darren Waller out, as well as
I've got Keenan Allen out, Antonio Brown suspended, fucking Chase Edmonds IR, Adam Thielen's out.
Edmonds might play.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a chance. So you're being forced to start Guyton, Robbie, Darrell Williams.
Yeah.
So that's that. And I just want to get this point out there. I think I talked about it in the group text, but we won't know after the game Sunday. We probably won't know. I don't want to say for certain we won't know the playoff picture, but we could do like I could do a short like solo podcast Monday night explaining the scenarios of the Monday night football game.
How many more weeks do we have until the playoffs?
Dude, this is the last week of the regular season.
Okay.
So if you don't make the playoffs this week, you're not in the playoffs.
So the punishment goes from the person with the worst overall score or the person who finishes last in the loser's bracket?
I feel like we did the loser's bracket. We can let Taylor confirm that, but I feel like it's the loser bracket.
Yeah, but what if the loser's bracket person has a better record than the person who, you know what I mean?
We'll leave that up to the league. I feel like the loser of the loser's bracket. What did you do last year? You should remember that. You should recall that.
You think I remember how I fucking lost? I don't remember.
So let's go to my team real quick. I just want to make this point of why we probably won't know Sunday. I have Stafford playing Monday night. So
you're trying to do something live on Monday, or you were saying live for like a championship?
I was saying for the championship. If you wanted to do it Monday, we could.
No, let's just wait till the championship.
Yeah. So I have Stafford going Monday. Biko has. Does he have anybody going Monday? No. But I think it was you. Pretty sure it was you.
Well, I don't have anybody going on Monday.
Let me double check this. Yeah, you have Matt Gay going.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
But I mean, it could potentially affect things.
No. Taylor has 32 points, and 12 of those are from his fucking kicker.
Dude, you will go into Monday Night Football with the lead.
No.
Yeah, you will. He has 3 players playing on Monday night.
Oh,
you'll go into Monday night with the lead.
That's terrifying.
And who knows, like, injuries and all that. So you'll have the Monday night sweat.
No, ain't no sweat going on here. Leave that shit, homie.
As far as playoff scenarios, that's all I can think of. If I miss something, y'all point it out, and I'll try to go over that in the text group.
Okay.
You have any questions?
No.
But I mean, don't lose hope because you're still in it.
No. It's not happening. I just don't need to finish last.
Yeah.
But here's my question.
All right.
Is the person who loses really going to do the fucking punishment?
You did it, so I would hope they would be.
And why do we have to have only 1 year of something as awful as fucking eating all those waffles?
Dude, no.
Why is it the next year gets someone who gets to be the beer bitch? No, not the beer bitch. This person who loses. God, I hope this isn't me. I'll shut. I'm not shut.
No, so
never mind.
We originally agreed in the State of the League address that the loser's punishment would be that the loser has to host a dinner and be the butler of the dinner.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I like that.
But people have been talking about waffles, so maybe the champion, whoever wins the league, can decide what the loser has to do. Either waffles or be the butler.
Yeah, but you can't. Everyone's not going to come to someone's house.
Yeah, but it doesn't even have to be. It could be at like a park. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but what if like people who aren't in Atlanta lose? I.e., me, Biko, or Don.
Then waffles. I don't know.
Well, it would just be me and Biko because if we both don't make the playoffs, that'd be the problem.
Yeah.
But I tell you right now, if someone loses in Atlanta and they hosting a dinner, and I get to tell them what the fuck to do all night, I'll be there.
Bruh, could you imagine how terrible that would be?
Like I said, that poor soul. That is a terrible, That is a terrible position to be in.
Bro, like, you know at Olive Garden when they put the cheese on, they're like cranking it.
That motherfucker's gonna get a workout.
Bro, he's gonna need carpal tunnel surgery after that.
Yeah, he needs to dress in gym shorts and some tennis shoes.
Nah, hell no, he's going full Butler, like the bow tie, everything, full Butler mode.
That's funny.
The last point I want to say about the playoffs is Biko's team is looking good. I mean, you look at his team from top to bottom.
No, I didn't realize how good his team was.
He doesn't have anybody on bye this week. He doesn't have any injuries really to speak of, and he has a bunch of.
It's all kind of working out. For him.
He has a bunch of firepower. He can overcome that 23 points that he needs to beat me. If I were to lose, and then if you and Thomas, if I was to win, Biko's set up good still, even then. So, run down like the podcast schedule coming up and what we have planned.
I don't know. I mean, we'll do it next week.
Yeah, so we'll do.
But I know Wednesday, that week of Christmas, I can't do the podcast. And then that following week, I can't do the podcast because I've got family from the 20th through the 1st. You can fucking forget it.
All right, so
unless because when's the championship gonna be?
Oh
shit! UFC's on tonight.
Yeah, who's fighting? Isn't somebody big fighting?
Fuck. Yeah, it's Oliveira and
Poirier?
No, not Poirier. Oh, it is Poirier. Then you got Amanda Nunes and Juliana.
Oh, dude, pray for that soul.
Then Corey Garbrandt and Sean O'Malley's doing the bantamweight fight. Fuck, I want to watch this, man. Can you send me that illegal link?
I got you. Dude, I'm trying to look up when this is gonna be. So, the playoffs will start next week, so that'll be December 18th, Saturday, and then December 19th, Sunday. And then week 16 will be the semis.
Okay.
That will be Christmas and the day after Christmas. And then the championship will be the 2nd.
Oh, okay. So that works out. So the 2nd.
And then there'll be a Monday Night Football game on the 3rd.
Okay, if that's the case and it goes down, I can do. So we'll do the 18th of next weekend.
Yeah,
and
so
then we'll do a show.
We'll next weekend we'll be previewing the playoff teams and all that. And then the losers bracket will preview that.
And then the 3rd we'll just do like either a live show, or if the winner is determined, we'll just do like a quick. This is your winner. Blah 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 blah.
Break down how the playoffs went and all that. Yeah, I'm really hoping Monday night comes down to like somebody needing a couple points.
Last thing. Woo! Who you got winning it all?
In our league or the NFL?
No,
NFL?
In our league.
Oh, do we need to queue up the hot take track?
Yes.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Biko outscores me by like 5 to 10 points, like it's marginal. Outscores me, but he wins, makes the playoffs as probably like the 5th or 6th seed, like a wild card team, and then comes and wins the league. That's my pick, is Biko.
Okay.
All right, your turn. Who you got?
Biko.
What?
Biko. That's why I asked the question.
Is that why you feel bummed out because I stole it?
No, I'm just bummed out because I'm not going to be in that fucking discussion. No, I believe Kevin's going to win.
Okay.
I just think that it's his year, and I just think that he's the way the vibe and the feeling is. He's the person to.
No, I agree. He has like 2 top 5 running backs, right?
Yep.
And dominated the league for most of the year. I know Brandon sort of took over top spot later on, but I don't think there's any question that Kevin sort of dominated in the beginning of the year. And that'd be a cool story, too, because if he does end up winning and plays Brandon again, Brandon's beat him twice, so he would overcome that like final hurdle of beating Brandon, winning the championship. That would be a cool storyline.
Yeah.
Dude, but I don't know. Brandon's team's good. Kevin's team's good.
Yeah, I think Kevin's gonna pull it out, man.
Yeah, I mean the top 2 seeds are gonna be tough to beat if anybody does try to beat them.
Well, the way the year's going for him, they're not like they're bound to meet. Like they're not gonna get scored on. So
Yeah,
there you
low
go.
points against, but also they had high points for, so you can't really blame them there.
Yeah, whatever.
You can't help who you play.
That's very true.
Yeah, dude.
That's all I got, man.
I like this podcast. It was more analytical than like comical.
Very.
Than,
I hope people. Yeah, I just don't. I hope people understand like the breakdown, and just to let people know, you have to watch the YouTube video to see what we're breaking down.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to make sense.
Yeah, and then after you watch the video and you see the scenarios for your team, if you have a question, put it in the group and we'll try to work through it, answer it. But I feel like we covered the scenarios.
I think enough to where people should know where they're at before tomorrow.
Yeah. And like
You know what I'm saying?
And depending on how the games go tomorrow, I may throw like a quick 5 or 10 minute podcast out, just solo or whatever, and it'll probably just be the sheet. It won't even be like a legit podcast. It'll be like
Chiefs,
a video.
Yeah, I won't. The Chiefs aren't on TV tomorrow, so we have to go to the bar at 1 to watch them play the Raiders.
That's a big rivalry.
Yeah, well, just to let you guys know, I mean, it's Chiefs world, but Chadarvius Ward, our corner, his older brother got stabbed to death last night in Louisiana. So prayers, and he probably won't
rip
play.
to him. Rip
to
Demaryius Thomas, dude.
To Bebe.
Bebe. Dude, I watched him growing up when he was at Georgia Tech. Watched him when he was with Denver. I'm sure you watched him being a Chiefs fan at Denver. Taylor watched the backside of him fly past his Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
The most terrible joke I've ever made in my entire life, and I will not say it.
Dude, you've never been one to hold back, though.
I'm not gonna say it. It's too soon. I'll text you.
All right, text it to me.
I'm not saying it. Nope, I feel bad even thinking of it.
Oh, but
anyway,
for the regular season, this ends the podcast.
This does. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of blood, sweat, and time went into this.
Yes, dude. Seriously.
Back to where the first show we did, we recorded for an hour and a half. It didn't even record, and then we recorded a whole episode, and that didn't even post. So
yeah, but it looks like we have things figured out.
Yeah.
Next time y'all see us, the playoff picture will probably be decided.
Yes.
The live stream would be fun if it works out like that, and we could even have like call-in guests during the game.
Yeah, like Eli.
Yeah, that would be legit.
Yeah,
we'll have to see how it works out, though. Good luck to everybody's teams.
Yes.
Thomas, good luck in our matchup. I know I'm just putting the good fantasy karma out there, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You want to wish Taylor good luck or no?
Peace out.